In true one soccer fashion, I'm just going to keep saying names until one of them sticks or we're told what to call it. But in the
Yeah,
meantime,
that one's not going to stick
the line
No,
tell
that one's no.
for various reasons.
It's be thrown in the bin. Done.
it's gone. Well, there's always next show. There's always Thursday. We'll see what we can do there. Let's stay on the CPL theme, gentlemen, as we begin our segment brought to you by Tony Bet with the talk about regular season champions. We already talked about how many teams are in the race, but who is favorited to win it? And where do you like the value? Let's start with the current favorite as of this morning, Cavalry, the league leaders at plus 180. Are you going with that? Or do you think maybe there's a team further below with a little extra value and actually based on you? I think I have a feeling where you're going, Ollie.
Well, based on the odds, and again, we're talking about odds here. We're not necessarily talking about who our pick is just generally. I'm going to go with Forge because, like I said, I do think it's going to be between those three, or in all likelihood, it's going to be between those three. And Forge have the biggest odds, and I just don't think that they should be unfavored compared to the other two. They're plus 300 compared to Cavalry's plus 180. Pacific comes in about somewhere in the middle, I think. So I'm going to take Forge. I'm just going to take the biggest odds of the three there because I think it's so evenly matched.
Gareth.
I was thinking the exact same way. Forge at plus 300. If you look at their XG, they have the best expected goal differential of any team in the Canadian Premier League, and by some margin. In fact, only 3 teams have a positive expected goal differential. That's Forge, Pacific, and Atletico Ottawa. And Forge, based on the numbers of being the biggest underachievers this season, their XG versus actual is minus 0.34 on the season. So they're not being rewarded for some of the work that they do. So that would be my play. But how do you not sprinkle on Halifax Wanderers at plus 1900? That there's some real value there. Like they're right in the mix. Plus 1900. I'm tempted to sprinkle a little bit of sauce on the Halifax Wanderers here as well.
Listen, I'm poor at math, to say it mildly, but plus 1900, $10, $200 to win on the Halifax Wanderers is $10. It's $10. I think I like the value there as well. Pacific, by the way, plus 250 currently. The longest odds are Vancouver at plus 29.90. So Tony Bet thinks that Vancouver is
That's
down
1900 Halifax.
That's unbelievable value on Patrice Geyser's side, especially if they can get just high enough to maybe even get to second. They win it. They host the final. Dream scenario for so many reasons. It's not impossible. The Halifax Wanderers are definitely very much in this mix. Let's talk about some more Leagues Cup action starting this week with Lionel Messi and Atlanta United. The second game for Lionel Messi. We have Inter Miami at minus 101, Atlanta plus 205. Gareth.
Okay. It's tough not to bet on Lionel Messi here, but I think the line's been juiced to a certain degree because Atlanta United, I'd say they're in the top grouping of sides in the Eastern Conference in Major League Soccer. They're going to be competitive. They're going to be a playoff side taking on the last place team. I understand that Messi and Busquets have come in, and Messi's going to apparently wear the captain's armband tonight. He's going to start. Can he play 90 minutes? Can Busquets play 90 minutes? I don't think the answer to that question is yes, and I'd rather having those players come off the bench and be able to provide a spark there. I'd actually like the draw in this game at plus 255. Yes, the Messi factor could be an influence, but Atlanta can push on and kick on late, and I think they're a better team. So plus 205, I'm not sure if I want to go there because of all the good vibes going on around Messi right now. We still need to see what this looks like. Like Messi created every time he was on the ball in that game. What he did not do was take one step. He did not jog once to defend. So I think that Tata Martino is going to have to figure this out a little bit before I go on. And I'm willing to, go with a minus number and bet on Messi and Inter Miami as of right now. I guess the better side.
Oliver Platt.
Yeah, it's all very sensible analysis from Wales, but I'm going to go
What
on
does the pen say?
Let the good times roll into Miami. Messi.
I finally get it.
Let's go for it. I'll take Miami.
All right. Ollie's taking Inter Miami at minus 101 to NYCFC and TFC. Minus 140 for New York City, plus 290 for Toronto. Ollie, which way do you lean?
You know what? I'll back TFC. I think they're going to get a win sooner or later. This is obviously a big price. They're going to be a big underdog in this game for obvious reasons, given their recent form. But MLS is unpredictable. You get some weird results at times. So I'm going to take TFC to surprise everyone here.
I'm gonna go with another draw in this game. I'm not sure if TFC can score goals, but Bernardeschi's back available. Another week of blessing. New York City played on the weekend. TFC have had that extra rest, that extra time off. Sean Johnson playing his former side. New York, they've been on a bit of a selling spree as well. They're losing players. They haven't had a great season in their own right. So if there's ever going to be a chance for Toronto FC, it's in this game. I'd settle on the draw or play the Asian handicap there, but I wouldn't dissuade you from playing TFC on the outright as well.
Do it for Dunfield, Toronto. You know you have to. Do it for our boy Terry. CF Montreal, DC United. The final matchup that we will preview in this segment presented by Tony Bet has CF Montreal plus 122, DC United at plus 170. Favorites here, Gareth. What do you think?
Is it being played in Montreal?
Yeah. They're listed first, so I'm going to assume so.
Yeah, it is.
Favorited at home.
Man, they're so dysfunctional right now with players off the field. Just it makes me uneasy betting on Montreal as a favorite. I think they're efficient. I think they're competitive. Again, another game that I'd be tempted to bet a draw in this one. I can't bet Montreal as a favorite. So it's either DC United on the Asian handicap or the draw in this game.
Gareth Wheeler going full CPL first month with 3 draws here, Ollie. What are you feeling?
Like
the draws cup.
The draws are back. Montreal's a favorite, but they're plus money and they're a good home team. I know they haven't had a couple of not great results at Stade Saputo recently, but for the most part this season they've been good at home. DC United, pretty average team, having off-field problems right now, as we alluded to. I'm going to take Montreal.